My name is Eric Okore. Yeah, I'm an assistant director, and I'm the head of the Science and Technology department of this ministry. Basically, I'm an environmental scientist, and I handle the UN Convention on Biological Diversity. So I work on biodiversity and then biosafety. I also do science and technology issues, and I also handle environmental events in this ministry.
Okay, thanks. Well, as you know, our main focus is on e-waste. We want to ask you, what is the Ministry of Environmental and Environment's view of the e-waste situation in Ghana?
Yeah, I must say that of late the ministry has observed that e-waste is becoming a menace and is creating some problems in its capacity as waste, in the country. We see them in two ways: e-waste that are imported into the country, and then e-waste that are generated in the country. And these have become, the handling and management of these have of late become a menace, a problem. And the ministry sees that as a concern, in general.
Which is the biggest issue? The imported electronics or the
locally generated? No, the issue is the imported. It's imported because one, it's a big business, and then most of them are not all that good. Even though some are good, people use them and they help, but most of them at the end of the day become problems on the users, and so that is the main concern. Okay. The imported ones.
The imported ones, yeah. How long do you estimate that e-waste has been an issue in Ghana? For how long time?
It's very difficult to get a very accurate estimation of the time, but to the best of my knowledge, it started coming in from the year 2000. Yeah, to 2000, and the bulk of the waste has been computers. Yeah. And then fridges and televisions, refrigerators and televisions. Yeah, of late we can talk about microwaves. Yeah, but computers, refrigerators, and televisions, these are the three main goods that come.
The big three. Okay. What is the Ministry of Environment's position on what has to be done to reduce or solve the problems concerning e-waste?
Yeah. The Ministry of Environment, as I said before, sees the waste as a concern, and because of that, what we want to do is to get a solution to that in the collection and the disposal. Our main concern and view on the management of e-waste is basically to recycle. And that sector, again, is a business to some citizens.
Yeah.
So we are looking at the best way to collect and the best way to recycle. And in the recycling, in fact, I remember holding a meeting, which discussed how best to train the people who collect, and then the scrap collectors, how to train them to dismantle the computers and the televisions, because we realized that apart from they being metallic, there are some radiations in some of them. So they need to be very careful, they need to be trained. So that is the ministry's position on that.
And to follow up on this, what is being done right now, and what has been tried earlier in the period?
Yeah, what is being done officially, and let me say this because many people don't know, the government of Ghana has this commission, Ghana Atomic Energy Commission. It is expected that they will handle basically the dismantling and disposal of e-waste. The e-waste that contain radiations. Because the ordinary people who are handling them now are not good and they are not experts in it. So ideally the government wishes that these are submitted to the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission for them to expertly dismantle and get rid of them. And but that is not what is happening now. And what has been done is that, one, the government has put in place that commission to do that. And there is also some discussions on a project in collaboration with the Environmental Protection Agency to develop a policy and guidelines on how to handle the management of e-waste in the country. So that is what is happening now. Yes.
Are you setting up some form of education programs for the dealers and the collectors?
The collectors, yes. There's. When I looked at, I had the opportunity to look briefly at the document they are developing and realized that they have in place some educational program. Together, and in addition, they also have training programs. So these are the two. There is going to be training for them, and there is going to be education. And in fact, there is also the proposal for creating centers of collection, where people will, submit their unwanted waste, and then these people who have been trained will work on them.
Okay.
Yes.
Ghana isn't the only country to have issues with e-waste. Has there been any collaboration and?
No. Please go on. Don't worry.
Has there been any collaboration and exchange of knowledge with other e-waste importing countries like Nigeria, for example?
Not that I know of. As far as I'm concerned, there hasn't been any collaboration. But if the Honorable Minister of Environment now, because of her concern for the e-waste, traveled to the Netherlands. I was fortunate to be on that delegation, and we had opportunity to go to Rotterdam, the port in Rotterdam, where we were sent to the customs office, which handles these things, and there the minister told them that some of the wastes are good because they are not too old, they are useful to Ghanaians. So when they come, it helps people, but some of them are very, very old. So at the port, when these goods are coming into Ghana, the customs should try to look at them and then prevent those that are very, very old. And of course, that also sent us to a center in Netherlands where these things are collected. They took us there, and we looked at that. So there's that collaboration between Ghana and Netherlands, because bulk of the goods that come in from Europe pass through the port of Rotterdam. Yeah.
Just have one more question, actually.
No problem.
Actually, in connection with what you just said, and that is, what do you think the e-waste exporting countries can do to help?
Yeah, I think the best way they can do to help is to sort the consignment very, very well, and then separate the very, very used ones from the relatively new ones. And then they have better recycling facilities. Submit the very used ones, let me say the useless ones, recycle them, and then allow the better ones to come in, so that after some use, after the people who purchase them here use them for some time, Ghana will take care of its and disposal. Yeah, so that it will reduce the pressure on management of e-waste in the country. I think that's the best way to handle that.
Uganda has introduced a total ban of import of used electronics. Would that be a way to go for Ghana?
I will not say yes. I will not say yes, and because to some extent, when well handled, it can create jobs. To some extent, I wouldn't advise. I don't think the government of Ghana has that intention, and it's not being discussed anywhere. For one reason, because to some extent, it creates jobs. But as I said before, it shouldn't be the items that have almost outlived their usefulness. Yeah, their usefulness. So if it's not be too old, and if it can be slightly useful, the government of Ghana can permit it, so that somebody will remain in business while we see to handling them properly when they are at the end of their lifespan. Yes.
Do you have anything else to elaborate on?
Oh, not much. Yeah, the only thing is that it's an area that is of interest to the ministry. It's an area that the ministry would want to collaborate, to find solutions to them, helpful solutions, solutions that can benefit the exporting countries and solutions that can benefit Ghana. I think that is the ministry's position, and we are looking forward to collaborate with any organization. Already, I think Mr. Miao's NGO came to see the chief director, myself, and the minister, and we are discussing that. That's the kind of collaboration we want. We want to collaborate with the private sector to make sure that e-waste is effectively managed.